Up. Thank you very much. Let me quickly let's explain what we are having here. So I'm very privileged. And I'm seeing now that we have now also Alexander here from Greece. So he came also now all over. So we were last time in Athens. So this time we are prepared a special show for you all. The same way. So our master, Jonas, here. Will show you a nice journey where we begin. But especially what we have new this time was these drummers with their own drums. So this is actually from the Conservatory in Zurich, Music, and also Julia, who with chopsticks is an idea, talent class, what we tried to build up because we have about 60 to 70 students, and the 10, 12 best ones, who are also engaged. With them we do a special training and we travel. So we were last time in the Netherlands. It was really nice. And the good thing is, last time we had, you see, different formation. So we have now 3 different groups here who are specific came here to play for you and create something. So we started with Flair, 1680, actually one of the most played marches at the moment. But that's it, maybe. So I would like to give over now to Jonas to start with the first presentation about how we play, how we train in stuff. So there will be 3 elements. We have the first session. Now we have 3 sessions. One session is the Swiss drumming part with Jonas and the next generation. Then we have afterwards Aldi with Basel drumming, and in the afternoon we have the fifers who are already now preparing their presentation on the different fives. So okay, Jonas, please go ahead. Your turn.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Oli. We prepared since 2021 to this moment. So, beginning, you can see 2021 at the second circuit we went, and we spoke about the rudimental families. So, how is Swiss drumming organized? Usually, you should start with the things that are easier, not with the difficult ones, right? So in Swiss drumming, we start with the single stroke roll and double stroke roll and the flans. So you can see all of the rudiments that are red. So maybe you cannot read it, but these are the simple stuff. So you should learn it within the first year. Then the green ones you should learn in the second year and in the third year, and that's just like going on and on. I think the Basel drumming comes starting with the second year, and then the harder ones, they are more in the fourth or fifth year of drumming and learning. So in 2021 we covered more of that, also on how to play rudiment in the Swiss style, how it's built up. Then in 2023, we make a little bit of the jump, we started with Calibra. So you could take sticks out so we can shortly read the piece. So when we learn a piece in Swiss drumming, I think drummers all around the world, they do the same. We take it bar for bar. So the first bar is an easy one. It's a flanked 5-stroke roll and dance. March. Yeah, with so many Swiss. So then we move ahead if we can play the piece, and we go to the next bar. Here we have 2 paradiddles and then the flaps again. March. March. Last time, march. Yes. And then, of course, we start to connect all the bars that we've learned. Sometimes it's easier. I think that's more of an easier one. For the harder ones, you really have to learn and to make the repetition. So let's play together. March. Yeah, again, march. Yeah, perfect. And that's how we spend our evenings. So 2023, then last year we went together to America, to Washington. And there we had a workshop with the piece called Teamwork from Alex Haffley. And so we played a little bit from that piece with you. And I think most of you know the guy on the right hand side, that's Philippe Witsche. He talked about drum notation and drum programs on how to notate what we want to compose in which program basically. So now we can do basically everything that we need to drum. And today we would like to, or in this section, we would like to have an introduction to the Swiss drumming. So the first point, we've already done it, we have the foundations of Swiss drumming. Then we go into a practical overview with magic kits. So we will play magic kits and you can see how the effects work on you. Then we will discuss together how comes the magic now for that magic kits. And then we will have a look at other pieces and we will learn some sections about it. Yeah, talking about Swiss drumming, there are always 2 guys we can't leave out, I think. 2 big composers. It's not the middle one, that's the Mr. Right. So it's a beauty. And on the left hand side you can see Roman Lombrise, and on the right hand side you can see Ivan King, both very well known drummers in Switzerland. So now let's have a look at magic kits with the clown set and friends.
Sind da Friends? Lieder, von der Lieder.
Ja, das bist du es.
Das ist auch Friends.
Jetzt habe ich keine Schweiz, ich habe sie dann nicht.
Yeah, magic kits were resolution as oldies.
Magic movies.
wer macht jetzt viel? Because I was asked before, especially for the young kids. So these drums here, you see Basel drums, the metal one, and we have the wooden drums. These drums are actually especially made for them. They made it themselves. So it's also part of the education what we learn, that you have to learn how to build the instrument, how you do, and they are all customized. So they could choose, not like in the normal group, but it's always uniform, the same, so they can choose their own style of drumming, but the concept is 100% the same. It's very light, so if you want to try afterwards, happy to look into it. It's really a nice instrument who we really use a lot, and it's a very simple, stable thing, so you can go in the rain and very much really nice. On that one. Thanks very much. So, yours next.
So as you can see, in 1999 we did not have the program yet from Philip, so it's still handwritten. And I think it's the most distributed version also there exists one. Yeah, with machine writing. Let's move ahead. Let's go one back. Why did you think, what excited you about the piece? Yeah? Only different sounds. So you like different sounds? What did you like more as a...
Body movements, dancing.
Yeah, oh nice, dancing, yeah? Dynamics? Okay. Other things? Yeah, I think. Oh, sorry. Yeah? Oh. Was a thumbs, more of a thumbs up. Yeah. So that's also the things that I've written down, like body movements and show effects. I think it's pretty clear, very obvious. So I think it's also, it was never too long. So after a certain time, he introduced something new. For example, when they went with the body parts, playing with the hands. So that was a good, good bridge for a next part, so that it keeps interesting. Yeah, and then we have the interesting title. So the Magic Kids. I think if you're a kid, it's a title where you're very excited about. It's more exciting than something like the Swiss Ordnance Marches. So as a kid, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, let's play them. And here you're like, Magic Kids, oh yeah, I want to play it. So what we try to do is we try to impress everybody that's listening to us. And these are all the things that you experience right now by yourself. Why do we do it? So it's always the focus of the people that listen to us. If you would now compose something similar, or if you would like to copycat it, we would go back again to the rudiments that we've had a look at with the different levels. So you can see it's also maybe on the next slide. It's a little bit bigger. You can see there are 3 different groups as well in here. And on the first, you can see the cacao group, the left biscuit group, and the espresso group. So the topic of the piece is how to make a tiramisu, and because we are very, I'd say, much fans of wordplays, it's not tiramisu, it's triamisu. So because it has 3 groups. So you can see the middle one has the most red of all of the groups. So it's the easiest one to play basically. And then you can see the top one has a little bit more of the green and the blue in it, but very seldomly the yellow one or the orange one, and the bottom line has many of the intermediate skills in it. So if you have a group, nobody finds it boring to learn. So you have the ones that are maybe not fast learners, so they have the middle group, and the ones that are really eager to play at home, so they will have the most difficult one. And so you get, in Switzerland, you get a heterogeneous group within a piece, and everybody's happy playing it. That's basically the idea. The piece has also different, not numbers, it has different parts. And as many of you know, Oli is a chef, so he has that kind of vocabulary, where I don't. So we'll start with what do we have at home. If you cook, you have to have a look what's still in the shelves, so not that you have too much sugar at home. And then you go to purchase all the parts that you need, the ingredients. Then if you start the tiramisu, you have espresso, sugar, amaretto, and liquor, and you mix everything together. And then you need the yellow from the egg and the white one from the egg white, and you separate it. If you not split it, you separate it. Splitting would be hard, right? And then you have sugar and the yellow from the egg. You put it into the bowl, and then you mix it. So that's basically what we want to show you. So the Swiss group can stand up, and we can play the first page of the piano.
So normally when this piece is played, we are serving everyone the tiramisu, but unfortunately we couldn't bring it over, so I brought a similar thing. to brag you because it's all about eating, drinking, and drumming, is it? The short one you don't mention.
Do you experience it firsthand? Maybe at the end with the it's like if you have a mixer and you have a bowl, and if you have a hand mixer and you, let's say, you touch the bowl, you also get something like a sound like. I think everybody that's baked already experienced that, so that was the idea behind that part. So we have different learning types in Switzerland, and we also teach that to everybody that want to be a drum major, for example, or lead any groups in Switzerland, lead a drum corps. So you can see on top, it's from the piece, and then you have the two colors, the blue one and the green one. And right now that's an exercise for the blue part. So you would start very easily, for example, only with the movements with the kids. So you have only the single stroke roll, and then you start with the let's say marcato, so loud and piano, and then you have the crescendo, so make it a little bit more difficult, and at the end you have the grace notes. So you put in the grace notes at the very end, so that everybody has already the rhythm, and that everybody can play along. And then, of course, if you are more of an auditive learner, you can have videos, and I think most associations or drum corps, they have videos themselves, where just like somebody's playing it and the kids can play along. Now we stopped. Oli's there. Ivy's and Salzstift in English.
So you egg white and egg yolk to make it stiff, to whip it stick, to make it light of the mousse. That's what he wants to achieve here.
Yeah, and that's basically more of a faster part, and that's something we can do together. So you can take out your sticks. Play number 8, last time, yes, and now B is exactly the same thing, just without the piano pieces. That. Yeah, I see you're already pros, so we can go into C, march, and. Again, and. And now with D, where we have the forte and the piano, march, and. Yeah, perfectly. And now we need a little bit more of a show moves. So the green pattern is where the left hand, you can turn the left hand so that the hand looks, how to say, the hand back looks at the sky. And then you basically, how to say, you hit the drum at the very end. Rim shot, yeah. But it's the same rhythm. March and. Yeah, not that bad. Let's do it again. March and. Yeah, perfect. So we all have the basic skills. Now we want to find out whether we also have the intermediate skills. Can you still read it? Or is it too small? It works, okay. Let's play directly A, march, and. Yeah, let's put some sound into it with B, march, and. Yeah, perfectly. And then in C we have the right one is only in mezzo piano, so we play it a little bit less loud. March and. Yeah, and that's basically the idea behind that piece. So we have the two different rhythms. The first one we played with the blue and green one was more on the I'd say on the step, and this one is more a little bit more complicated. So if we mix it together, we get a nice sound. Yes, and now we can add the third as a third group into it, we can play the number C directly. I think that's easy. Da, 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 da. March and. Yeah, perfectly. Now D again, playing with the rim shot on the left hand. March and. Yeah, and then in D we can see, E, sorry, we can see the goal would be that the left hand would be very loud. So the beat is more on the left hand than on the right hand. Let's play E, march, and. Yeah, perfectly. And so now we can take one from every group, from the Swiss guys, and we can play it all together. Yeah, so if someone would come and try it, would be great. Yep. Do you have a drum set or something? And so the goal was also to have used. I think with the younger generations here, we can play the middle part, which is the easier part. So then, then. Then we have like the top part, which we learned. I think we can all play the top part. And let's make it like this. The top part here, and the bottom part then here. Top part would be the brown ones. Let's yeah, extra version of it's brown.
Ah, mal jede Gruppe. Da wissen wir, wer wo spielt.
So here we are with the part, and with the middle part, and so let's play together. And 1, 2, 3, 4. How was it? Feeling still a little bit shaky, yeah? Okay, let's play it again. Let's take one repetition more. 1, and. And now we play the second part, like from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's do it again. Then we can handle both parts together afterwards. March and. We handle both parts together as announced. So start from the beginning. March and. now we need a little bit more tempo. So I think one or another is a little bit sleepy. So we need to play it a little bit faster. March. The last round, a perfect round that we can all enjoy, without any failure, without mistakes. Du hast mit Beziehen, wir laufen. March. Nice applause for the three soloists. So where does the idea come from? You can see here Indian beat. So I think we enjoyed that one the most because I showed the video where the idea came from that part. So the video is very funny, I think.
It's not Switzerland.
Morgen um 4 Uhr fängt schon an. Gut sein.
Ich bin auch morgen um 4 Uhr abends. Yeah, that's where the idea is from. So now, we don't go through all the recipes, so if you have any questions to the recipe, you can ask Oli. But now we will play together, and you need not only to play the 3 hours soup, but you need to live it. And so that's why we also have something else, and to have a very big, a very big show.
I think we are ready, maybe 2-3 comments. So first of all, you could feel he is the composer, Jonas, and he was writing that for the youth camp 23. So what we are doing, we are having every year, every second year, a youth camp from the SPV, where we get all the kids together, like the US has as well. And every year for the small ones, and Julia, Jonas, and all of us, actually for many years, were also part and also tried out. So it's a very good way of how you can create your own composition and play around. So there is a YouTube video where you see 40 kids drumming with this piece. You see also some elderly gentlemen there. These are our veterans. So the opposite of the kids, they have a career already finished 5 times, but still are here like me, and I'm really proud of them as well. It's really something what you can do, and they learned this piece especially for here today. So that's why. So it's for them an experience. So please forgive them if they are not so ready. It's also for the students, and for me this is important to also make it approachable. If you look at the. It's all about time and efficiency. How can we make sure we can play very efficiently and very quick. And you saw the preparation. It's all about preparation, notation. If you look at these colors, I mean, it's amazing. If you look at that, you have something you can rely on. So A, B, 16 note is maybe very abstract. So if you say you put now sugar in, maybe easy to understand. And so they had one rehearsal together before they had to play. And that's also, I call it efficiency and standardization. It helps. And I think this is something what I want to give you as well with. We have to make sure that we are not having to play too complicated notes. We have to make it approachable. And that's all about it. So, this. I go out of the cameras.
Yeah, so the translation then would be enjoy your meal. But it's really hard with the rhythm. Enjoy your meal! So we stayed in Swiss German.
Thanks very much, Jonas. Thanks, the team. Bravo. So you see, it's also very efficient. It's always one instrument. That we are not having other effects like percussion. So it was only done on the drum, except the spoons. But the spoons are of course more as an effect. So we will go to another piece, it's a little bit older one. It's called Hot Shots. It's actually from Ledermann Oli Fischer. He created this famous top secret. It was called the piece where the composition was really on the high life, and then he created this where also another group took then the name as well. And this top secret was done with a percussionist together and a drummer. They went together and they were playing. And then he used a lot of his composition and he made a small version of it. And the good thing is, he wanted to play it with this group, and this group, because it's a very difficult piece and it's for solo, so he wanted to play it with a big, large group. So what he created is called Hot Shots. Actually, I found this. It's not so much played anymore, but it's still one of the really good ones who using actually the beat. And if you ever had in one of our symposiums, Roman was explaining that, you know, the music and the jazz part and so on, and he tried to show it. So you see here in the beginning, let's if go on one side just to see. So this is his piece, and here we start with that famous then he started to create some rhythms in. We're using a bass drum and a hi-hat just to enforce it a little bit. And I would like to play it, not talk too much about it, but just to explain a little bit how also you can use a very important, or let's say very difficult piece and create it in a different way as show drum. Okay. So let's start. They call it Oliere, so it means we change quickly the script, because I think it's really important to understand. So that was actually the first line. Just to go back into that, and what we didn't do the moves yet, because it's and then you can also play with the sticking, but it's just that's the first version because we didn't have so much time. But I think that's something that's really beautiful what the next few years we will play again. So we have here the rhythm, those two taps, then it comes with the nice maxim, same concept. And then of course a classical finale. This is from Top Secret. And then he goes on and plays then different motifs. So let's start again, and I won't spoil it anymore. Just that we know. Oh. from Quadrell, from other pieces he had. And we used really the same concept what we heard from Jonas, a simpler theme, and then of course you could see here, this was very complicated. Let's just do that. Can we have, I know it's with the water, don't have to play water. That's the one, typically normally played from a solist, and that's really amazing that we are now able, from a technical perspective, that we can play that in groups. So that's all one stroke rolls. Huh? Let's do that quickly. That we have 1, 2, 3. Concept like we heard before, same concept on another level, and shows you a little bit how we can play show drumming but still keep the essence of the rudimental drumming. Thank you very much, that was it. So you still want one? You happy to have one more? Then let's do the black box. Black Box is also a piece was written for the youth camp many years. Has also based on same concept. Kids like to play it, and the older way as well. So it will never be to end this session. Thank you.